Hey there, welcome back to The Daily. This is Adriana. Really wonderful to be back here with you today as we continue on with our theme of the month, which is acceptance. So, on the theme of acceptance, I know that we've been really kind of circling around acceptance in our meditation practice as being a form of allowing whatever is sincerely happening in our present moment experience. And just being on the receiving end of that, allowing whatever it is that's arising for us internally, allowing whatever may be happening externally, and just meeting the moment for what it is without expectation and without judgment. Of course, that being kind of the crux of what mindfulness is, right? Paying attention on purpose in the present moment and without judgment. As I was thinking about this, I remembered an experience that I had practicing at mindful meditation studios in New York, where I teach, and practicing in the back room. You too may have been there in the back room. There's this wonderful kind of plant wall in the back. And I was sitting underneath the skylight on a particularly sunny day in winter, which made me feel like really like warm and cozy. And, I was feeling the warmth against my skin. I was like, this is a good moment. I am really into this moment. And then, progressively throughout practice, it was like there was a cloud that came over the sun and like blocked all of that warmth I was feeling. And then suddenly there was like somebody who came into the room and couldn't quite get settled. So they were like shuffling around and making all of this noise. And then I saw like 3 little ants walk past me on the floor. And suddenly my kind of like beautiful, warm, precious meditation practice was completely disrupted by all of this that was taking place. The like shade and the noise and the ants and and it was such a wonderful moment in practice because it was a great reminder that something is going to happen. Something will happen in our meditation practice. I can't tell you what it's going to be. Nobody can tell you what it's going to be. It might be the kind of experience that is really preferable, verging on precious. It might be the kind of experience where you're like, oh, I'm busy and I'm feeling all of these things and I am resting, like a less than preferable experience. And both are great. Both are great because our entire responsibility here is just to stay open. Again, to stay open, to stay firmly placed in our seat on the receiving end of the present moment experience, whatever it is that it has to offer. And something that I find on this note that's really, really helpful in practice and in life, like everything else that we do here, is seeing if we can just suspend our expectation. So whatever expectations we might be coming in with, all of our preferences, all of our, having already made up our mind about what this is, any expectations that we have of what it's going to be like, just seeing if we can take that, like recognize it, and just set it aside for the time being so that we can actually stay receptive, we can stay open, we can listen without judgment to what the present moment has to offer us and actually meet it, be there with it and for it. So without further ado, taking a moment here to decide on our seat. As always, if we're seated on a chair or couch, just making sure that our feet are flat on the ground. It's a nice sturdy base. And if you're seated on a cushion, maybe just giving your body the cushion wiggle. It's feeling really sturdy, supported. And then taking a moment to decide on our gaze. eyes open or eyes closed. And if you're accustomed to practicing with eyes closed, I really want to encourage you today to maybe flirt with eyes open practice. It's a way of receiving more of our present moment experience, right? Really staying open, alert, awake, and letting the gaze be soft, hazy, unfocused, about 3 to 5 feet in front of us, almost as though we're looking through space, not at anything directly. And then just beginning to open our practice, as always, by opening our senses. And these 5 little touchstones to the present moment. And turning the attention over to sound. Just receiving the sound of the room that we're in. The rise and the fall of any sounds that are present. Perhaps just taking in the tonal quality of the room. And staying open to sound, shifting the attention to touch. So just landing squarely in our body here, and feeling the shape that the body makes. And that light pressure of making contact, where the body meets the floor, the chair, feeling where the body meets the body itself. Taking in the texture of clothing on our skin, temperature of the air in the room. So very little effort needed. And switching gears a bit. Just becoming a bit more receptive, open, noticing what is. Dropping into the feet, maybe even wiggling a toe or two. Just feeling our feet here. Texture, temperature, feeling where the feet make contact. It's bringing some interest, curiosity to the details of our experience. Tracing the attention across the shin bones. Tracing through the kneecaps. Grazing along the thighs. And landing in the hips. Moving the attention to the belly. The chest. Just resting here in the belly, the chest for a few beats. Giving ourselves an opening temperature check. Just getting a sense of what we're working with today. Maybe any residual mood or emotion that we're bringing into practice. Just noticing what, if anything, lives in this space in the body today. Continuing to rest here in the front body. So establishing that firm contact with the body breathing. Tip of the nose, back of the throat, belly. And wherever, however, the breath is most available in the body. It's dropping our anchor of attention here. Home base, the place that we return to. And continuing into practice. It's using that singular instruction that as our mind wanders, which it naturally will, just noticing when we've left our breathing, acknowledging what captures our attention, and then gently, firmly coming back to the breath in the body. So as we settle into practice together, perhaps finding that our mind is still lingering on our previous event. Maybe we're totally checked out, lost in thought somewhere, problem solving. Wherever we happen to find ourselves, no big deal. Just acknowledging where we've landed, giving that light touch of recognition, and feeling the body breathe. So again, there's a quality of gentleness without judgment or self-reproach. Just accepting what our mind is doing at this moment. And gently ushering it back. Feeling the body in space, breath inside the body, and resting here. So one of these analogies that I find can be useful is just the idea of keeping the front door and the back door open. Whatever it is that is honestly arising in the scope of our awareness here, whether it be sound, physical sensation, thinking, emotion, impulse, really the full spectrum. Just allowing it to enter through the front door, pass on through, and leave without a fight. And in the moments that we encounter something particularly sticky, maybe follow it right out the back door. Again, no big deal. Just acknowledging where we've landed. Light touch of recognition and feeling the body breathe. And again, wherever we happen to find ourselves, just taking a moment to relocate ourselves here in space. Feeling the weight of the body, texture of clothing against our skin, vacillation of breath in the body, and resting here. This is it. And then in our final few moments of practice together, maybe just touching in on your motivation for being here, why you said yes, made the effort, showed up. Closing out with a little bit of sweetness, maybe a hand on the heart, It's giving ourselves a little bit of credit for taking this time, making this space. And then as you're ready, allowing formal practice to drop and coming back in together at your own pace, no rush. Great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for practice. Yeah, this is great. This is really great. I love being here with you every day. Well, every other day or so. But I am here every day because I write the copy every day. So I'm here every day. Yeah, it's really it gives me a beautiful sense of accountability being here with you every day. So thank you. Really, truly. It's very reciprocal. Thank you. Yeah, have a beautiful rest of your day. Enjoy. And we will see you back here tomorrow.